So now you step into the corporate world of 25, you are qualified into corporate world. You will work for another 15 years or 20 years. That's what the max period is there, contemporary. And you are supposed to excel and work under pressure. If you don't perform, you are out of the company, straight. Whether you are in the back office or the front office, it doesn't matter, and you have to perform. That's what people expect. So that is a peak period of your life, which means when you are 25, 30, you have a job with you, you have started your own business or you joined your father's business, you also have other things in life, which means you will get married, you will have kids, and you have to take them to school, drop them, give them education. You have to save money, a lot of money, so that when you retire at the age of 40, 45, 50, whatever, though the retirement age is 60, physically with this stress, people are physically not able to work after 50. That's what I have seen. So you must have enough money, build your kitty, so that you can enjoy for the next 40 years, which is a big thing, which is eye-opener for everybody. Because life expectancy has gone up, not just 60, which I am talking about, that's an average for the bell curve, but it is more than 80, given the medical advancements and treatment given. But then nobody would like to stay in a vegetative state. Correct? So give importance to health when you are in that period of 25 to 40. Rest, take care of a family, using this bell curve approach. Keep this in mind whenever you are working, that yes, I must spend time. Don't think that you are incompetent because you are going home at 6 o'clock. Doesn't matter. So long as you do your work, go home, spend time for yourself, for your family, looking at this bell curve again and again. Keep this in mind. We were talking about the life stage when you are in the corporate world and you are striving to become a managing director or CEO or a CFO and reach the top. So in that stress and in that urge to become something, people have become workaholic. And I've seen that people not just become workaholic, but when they go home, they become smokeaholic or they become alcoholic, which is a very sad thing. And the life then therefore shortens. And yes, you might be laughing, I have a huge bank balance, and you're laughing. But then there is a point which everybody feels, and I have experienced with a lot of my friends that they are facing today, that they have lost health or they have not married for the sake. There are a lot of sacrifices you have given actually to become successful. Or what is success? Again, people define in their own way. But I would say money is not the only thing to become successful. Right? So just money, and just looking at your bank balance and not able to enjoy doesn't give you anything. So I would say that look at again the bell curve chart, do an appraisal every minute, every point of time when you get a promotion, saying, okay, well, what did I do wrong, or what should I be doing next? Okay, and your business is growing at 25% every year, and you have to stop and rethink. Basically, that's what the bell curve should take you or lead to. And do an introspection that, okay, do I have enough money to survive? Do I have to really struggle now? Keep, doing introspection by looking at this bell curve chart. Now, when you finished this career in terms of, achieving whatever you wanted to achieve, you come to the stage when you are going to reap all the benefits of whatever hard work you have put in all these 20, 25 years, odd years, and you are 45, let's say maybe 50, and you are no longer able to work. So when you are, when you're finished with corporate world or business, and let's say you're doing business and your kids have taken over or your partners have taken over, and you want to really enjoy life, think about this, that do you have health with you? Do you have enough physical energy to do bungee jumping or ride a bullet bike? Do you have that? Or have you, what has gone wrong basically, right? So when you are 40 or when you're 25 and you start your career, think about this, that yes, you have a dream, you should have these things to, really enjoy that stuff, right? So you look at Ranjan Das, Udayan Mukherjee, and a lot of people who have lost lot of things in their life, but money and fame, that's the only thing they have got. But if you have a balance of life, people talk about balancing life, you should quit a job like me. Simple. Money is not the only thing, which I realized that yes, you need money. Money is definitely a motivating factor. You can't live without money, but yes, money is not the only thing, and you have other things in life too. Coming back to the age of retirement, or getting back whatever you have sown as seeds in terms of friends, in terms of money, what you have, you really are going to enjoy life now, right? Now, what are the things you will require to really enjoy life? Money will be one part, but you will need friends, no? If I don't have a friend, you can call up at 12 o'clock at night or maybe 10 o'clock at night and say, hey buddy, come, let's go for a drink or let's have dinner together. If you don't have and you have got lots of money in the bank, what is the point? Does it make sense? I don't think so. So therefore, you have to have good friends and keep in touch, which I talked about, networking and keep in touch and regular. So, and also family. You can call your family also. If you are just away from the corporate world and spending time with your family, it doesn't work. If you are away from the family and working for corporate, still it doesn't work. So balancing is important. You need to give time to your family, friends, and your world as well, corporate world as well. So when you don't have a job, ultimately, which is going to happen for everyone, which is a fact of life, you can go back to your friends who will also be in a similar stage of life, and you will enjoy with them. Because ultimately that is the life. The biggest thing which is given to us is life. And we forget that we are going to enjoy tomorrow. And I don't think there is any guarantee for anybody to say 100% that yes, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and go to the gym, and at 9 o'clock I'll be in the office, and 12 o'clock I'll have my lunch with my boss. I don't think so. Hundreds of examples are there in the history, replete with this kind of example that people have died, they have not woken up. My father-in-law, he slept, we had dinner, and something happened during his sleep, and we started waking up him at 5:30, which he normally wakes up. We're trying to see why he is not awake, and he didn't respond. We called the doctor and he said he had a massive cardiac arrest during his sleep, and that is happening at so many places. There's a friend of mine whose wife also expired in a similar way. We were working in the same organization, but same thing happened. And then he had to look after his young daughter, which was about 3 years old at that point of time, a very young age. She died. So there is no guarantee of life. There is guarantee of death, right? So why not look at this chart again and do introspection. So when you are 60, it's again a period of bliss, which means you will not be able to control your physical abilities will stop. You will not be able to control a lot of things like a child, you pee everywhere, or maybe something will happen to you, which is a fact of life, which people don't accept it until they come across a situation. So you cannot control your urine, that's what I'm trying to say. So at the age of 10, you're not able to do so, and at the age of 60, when you're physically disabled, or maybe 70 or 80, you're not able to do so. So that is again a period of bliss, which means you're going to really enjoy. So if you have done good deeds, it will help. But a lot of other things also make a success in life. So you are looking at life as a bigger picture in the canvas of God's creation, that life is not just one part, that today I am promoted as a manager, I am successful. No. It is just over a period of entire life as a canvas. That is what success will be over a period of time. The biggest problem in today's corporate world or contemporary environment which is there basically is stress, work-related stress, and achieving goals, pushing yourself to the limits and trying to achieve beyond what you can do at a certain point of time. So people are facing this challenge every time, that I want to do a job, I must get the best company, I must get the best salary. And after a year or so, when appraisals come in and you start looking at your performance, you say that, okay, I am not promoted, so you get disheartened and probably change a job, or maybe strive much harder than what you have done, and then wait for promotion. So once you get one promotion, you are happy for that moment, and you start moving into assistant manager level, and etc., etc. Yes, you must progress in life, but you must also at the same time balance and enjoy life as well. That's the whole point of bell curve. So just going into the world of stress and not managing other things kills you actually. You've seen Mr. Dasi's example that he died at the age of 42, or this Michigan intern, he also died working 72 hours for Bank of America. And none of the corporates have taken steps, and even individuals, we realize this, that yes, there is stress, but still people want to work harder and harder and harder. Ultimately, what is the achievement? What do you achieve in life? Okay, so that one has to do an introspection. Now, having unrealistic gains, unrealistic objectives and unrealistic dreams or unachievable dreams come to you, and you say, okay, my friend has done this, or my boss has, my colleague has got this car. So you have a car, you will say, okay, I have a Fiat, I want to move to Ambassador, from Ambassador you want to move to a Honda City, from Honda City you want to move to Audi. Finally, it's a 4-wheel drive, that's it, there's nothing more. The roads remain the same, which people know about it, but still, you want to move from one object to the other. These are all materialistic things, and that gives you momentarily happiness. The moment you have that car, the law of diminishing marginal utility also plays, which we all know about. So therefore, chasing unrealistic dreams gives you stress, gives you hypertension, and that gives you health issues. You have a lot of health problems when you are at the peak, and then you are forced to leave the company, or maybe you are forced to take leave, and then a lot of issues happen. So this whole cycle of building up unrealistic dreams, building up stress, building up hypertension, taking tablets on the go, a lot of people you will see. And I think I've seen myself, people are taking tablets or painkillers every day, rather than enjoying the work and then going home and not taking tablets. And they think it's a part of life, that if I take a tablet, I'll be happy. So that goes on and on and on. So I always think that, and I very strongly believe that you should focus on your work. In Gita also, thousands of years back, it is very well said that karmanye vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana, which means don't focus on your fruits, but you focus on what you are doing currently. Fruits will come if you do a good job, right? And in the race of getting what the results will be and how I'll perform, there is this stress level which is alarming. So we are talking of stress. But then, like me, a lot of people, a lot of my friends have realized this. And we are all sailing in the same boat, enjoying life today. Now, I can give an example of a friend who was a professional like me. We used to work in the same company, and he quit the job and he started his own personal dreams. Okay, and it will be very surprising to know that a finance professional having photography exhibition and his painting exhibition in Jahangir Art Gallery. Somebody who is not a photographer, somebody is not an artist, but he has lived in the financial world. He saw that yes, he needs to do this. There's another guy who is a Parsi friend of mine. He's also done the same thing. He's very successful, extremely happy, spends time with his family, goes out for picnics on a regular basis, takes a holiday every year. He's become a journalist and he writes beautiful. Okay, but he's quit a job. He was head of research for a big, large corporate when he was working. We were colleagues, and he's making life. So if you realize that what are the things you need to be successful, what are the things you need to be really happy, and look at this bell curve and place yourself, where you should be focusing on work rather than results, focusing on your energy, and put your energy at the right place and doing smart work, that will really make you happy and be successful. That's the whole bell curve concept which I want to share with people.